welcome to the third module of computer vision module itself, but the third focus area that we are looking at. So, we have gone through all of this. We know the goal of computer vision is to make sense out of the image, and then we are looking at vision as either a source of semantic information, under which we have looked at object recognition and detection, and also vision can be seen as a measuring device for measuring depth and all metrics. And that is what the topic for today is, which is depth from a single image. What we are interested in is, given an image, we want to find the depth, right? That's our goal. And we want to find the depth for each pixel. So, it's like whatever resolution the image has, the same resolution depth we want. Ideally, I mean, of course, it can be a little bit lower resolution also, but the ideal is that we want depth at each pixel. Okay. And depth relative to the camera position, which means that how far, so I have taken an image, now depth means that how far the objects are from the camera. So, that is what we are interested in. And why we are interested in? Because it has various applications. For example, it has navigation applications, whether it's a robot or whether we want to do navigation via cars or drones. Everything requires depth, because if I don't know the depth, then I can just hit that object, right. So, I need to know how far I am from the object, so that I can safely maneuver. And also for virtual and augmented reality. So, for robotic surgery, let us say you are performing a surgery, and then we need to know how far the syringe is, whatever the robotic instrument is, how far it is from some sensitive part of the body, so that we don't we don't destroy any veins or arteries like that, and puncture basically. Or for other thing is augmented reality also. For example, in augmented reality, we have so we are looking through a glass, and so the real world is also there, but we also want to augment some virtual objects. So, there we need to know the depth. For example, if you want to put some toy on a table, I need to find where the table is located, how far it is, and what is the surface normal, and all those things I need to know, then only I can place the toy there. So, it requires depth obviously for either for AR, VR, robotic surgery, all of this, and also for scene understanding. Let's say we want to capture the heritage as in here. So, then a very important thing is depth, like not just one image, we want to look at the same sculpture from various views, which means that I should have the 3D, which requires that I do depth and all. So, for various reasons we need depth. It's very, very important application of computer vision. And now the most common way for getting depth is from stereo. Like we have two cameras and we take two images, and for example, you can see here these are two images, and then if you superimpose, so it seems like these are two images of the two images are exactly same, but they are not same. If we superimpose like this, that is called an anaglyph. So, you put one of the image in the blue channel, another in red channel, then you can see some shift, right. That shift is called parallax, and that has the depth cue. For example, here also you can see the Eiffel Tower. So, we have taken two images of Eiffel Tower. Actually, it is taken from two different cameras, and left camera has taken this left image, right camera has taken this right image. Now, it might seem just by our naked eyes, it might seem they are exactly the same, but they are not same, as you can see in this figure, because you can see what we have done is one of the images, let us say left in the blue channel and right image in the right channel. If you put it and then if you look at it, then you can see the disparities. Clearly, there is a disparity, and this disparity means you can see the shift, that tower has shifted by certain amount, and this amount of shift gives us the idea of how far the tower is from the place at which we have captured it, from the place, basically whatever place we have captured, how far the tower is from that place. So, that gives us the cue for depth, and this disparity is generally we use for getting depth. So, and this is the most common way for getting depth. In fact, we have like stereo, our eyes are stereo, right. We have the left eye and the right eye, and we are looking at the scene, and it is basically the same scene, but what we capture is a shifted version, and then the brain interprets how much the shift is, how much the disparity is, and according to that we get an idea about depth. So, stereo is not only used for cameras, but is also used by by humans also. And so, how do we get the depth from stereo? Though we are interested ultimately in depth from single image, that will come to. But here is a brief overview of how we can get depth from stereo. So, stereo basically means there are two cameras, for example, our eyes, and it is looking at some point in the scene. So, that means let us say this point in the scene is the 3D point is P, capital P, and it will form two images, right? One small p in the first image or the left image, another p prime in the second image or in the right image. And how do we get these points p and p prime? It is nothing but we have to join this point p, 3D point p, with the camera center. There is something called camera center, like if you know about pinhole camera, which means that the light has to pass through some pinhole, which can be thought of as some, for now just think of there is some um, camera center, concept called camera center, and every light that uh, that enters in the camera has to pass through this camera center. So, O1 is the camera center for the left image. So, which means that to find the image of this 3D point P, all I need to do is join this capital P or the 3D point P with the camera center for the left camera, which is O1, and then wherever it intersects in the sensor, that will be the image formed by the point P, right. And similarly for the image formed at the second image or the right image will be, how do I do it? I just join this capital P with the O2, I draw a line, and wherever the line intersects the sensor, that will be the image of P prime. And this way, like if there is a common point, if I am looking at a 3D point, it will form two images. Now, in general, what we will see is what we are given is just the images. We are not given the 3D, like we have no idea about the 3D. What is given to us is just these two images, left and right image, and from there we want to find out how far the objects are that I am seeing in the two images. For example, so at that time, so during inference, or what we are given is only these two images, and what we can do is we can find out this point P where it has gone in the other camera point, which is P prime. So, this is called something called point correspondence. We have to solve this point correspondence for each point in the first image or left image. I have to find where that particular point has gone in the second image. Now, if I know that, then actually I can get the 3D, because we know how that this point P, like so how I get the 3D corresponding to the point P, I have to draw this line, right, which is connecting this camera center O1 with P, and that will be a 3D line, and it extends, like this line will, let me just draw, will extend further, right, and so this, so let me just draw this pen. Yeah. So, for example, ultimately what happens is we are given only these two images. We are not given the 3D. So, now let us say that I find this point P has the corresponding point for this is P prime somewhere here. Now, what I will do is I will draw, so I have this camera center O1, and I want to find out where does the exact 3D point lies corresponding to this point P. So, what I will do is, what I will do is draw this line which is connecting O1 with P. So, this is one, and I have to, similarly I should have this camera center O2, and then I should draw this line. So, let us say the point is not here, but point is somewhere here, P prime, and I draw this line, and this, so I know that the 3D point whose image P and P prime is must be in the intersection of these two lines. So, this should be my point P, because the image of the same point is seen as P in the left image and P prime in the second image. So, it must be. So, basically this is called as triangulation, like this way of solving for depth is called triangulation. So, and so it requires, this two steps are required. One is point correspondence, finding the point correspondence, which means that for each point P, find the corresponding point P prime in the other image, and once we have that, then we can just triangulate. Triangulate means just draw these lines connecting O1 and P and the other line O2 and P and see where they intersect. That gives us the depth, or that gives us the 3D point. So like that we need to solve it, and this is showing another example of it. So let's say it's the same thing. So this is a left camera, so this is OL, and this is the point we are interested in P. Now all I can, if given a single image, all I can say is this, the 3D point corresponding to this point P must lie on this line, which is obtained by connecting OL with P. So that is all we can say. Actually all these points in the 3D line are possible points. So now in the second image also, like if I look at this line, so specifically this line, because all we can say, given one image, given only the left image, all I can say is my real 3D point will lie somewhere on this line. I don't know where it will lie. Now what I can do is I can then project this line, this 3D line, in the second camera, in the right camera, and that will become a line, right? Project this thing here, it will become a line in the sensor, in the image plane for the right camera. And then if I know which is the point corresponding, so this P, what does it match to? Let's say this is the matching point P prime. Then we know exactly where what the 3D point corresponding to P is. So this basically says that we need two images. Given only one image, all I can say, let's say given only the left image, if I look at this point P, all I can say is the 3D point corresponding to this point P must be somewhere along this 3D line, which is joining OL and P, but I will not be able to say where exactly. So the depth is not possible to say, like it is ambiguous. So, but if we are given two images, like the right image also, and if we do this point correspondence, say this is my P prime, then I can then draw another line for connecting OR and P prime, and then these two 3D lines will intersect somewhere, and that is the 3D point, and that is how we get depth. So this is a very, very standard thing for depth from stereo, and so this is the same principle our eyes also work in, but our goal here is depth from a single image. So we just given the left image, no right image, sorry, just given the one of the images, let's say left image, and we want to find the depth. So we can see that it is not easy to do it, because there is no second image to do this kind of triangulation, but still there is hope. We'll see how.